Have you ever stopped to think about the fans behind a band? What is it about the music that keeps fans coming back for more? Or is there more? My name is Renee Lipsmeyer, and I am the host of this podcast, The Space Between Podcast, the podcast where we talk about the fans of the Dave Matthews Band. Each week, a fellow DMB fan joins the show to discuss their journey with the band. Welcome to the Space Between Podcast. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Space Between Podcast. If this is your very first time, I'm excited that you're here. But if you've been a faithful listener, wow, I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful that people have understood what I'm trying to do with this show, which is literally just document the story of the fans and why this music has meant so much to so many people, because that's an incredible story. It's such a positive story, and the world needs some positive stories, and I have one, and I feel like it would be a disservice of my life to not do this. And so I'm doing it. You guys see what I'm trying to do, and you're texting me, you're calling me, you're inboxing me, you're emailing me, you're doing all of the things saying, I have a story to share. But I have approached a few people who are at shows and have loved the band for 20 years. And I go, or 10 years or 5 years or 1 year, 6 months. And I go, hey, would you be on my show? And a lot of times the reaction is, I don't have a story. Oh my God, yes, you do. You love this music. You made it here today. That is a story. Everyone has a story. You just maybe don't think it is, but I have thousands of people that I know want to hear somebody else's Dave story. Don't matter what. Like if it's been 6 months, we're excited that it's been 6 months because we're just so happy that you're here finally after 30 years, right? And a lot of you guys are just, you simply don't have the age to have been in 91. I was 11 in 91. So not all of us have had the privilege to follow them since 91. But whenever you found this band was the perfect time for you. It's when you needed it. I believe that. Like when you find something and it makes an impact on your life, it came to you at the exact right moment. So whatever that moment was for you, whether it was 5 seconds ago and you're just like, oh, I just heard it on Spotify or whatever. I'm just so glad that you're here. Every episode, I have a fan that comes on the show to discuss why it is they do listen to Dave Matthews Band. Why in the world did they like the sound and they never stopped listening to it, or they just found it, and why do they like it? Why do they gravitate towards it? There has been every kind of story on this show. There has been hilarious, and there's been some tragic stories, but I think they're beautiful stories because this music has done just what it is, which is help to be a tool into healing. And if that sounds woo-woo to you, I'm okay with that. I was a nurse for 15 years. I have done my research, and I can, and I will, one day present you with the medical side of this, because I just believe that that's like so in my bones to do that. And so watch out, guys. You're going to believe in this woo-woo stuff before it's all over, because I'm going to keep bringing people on the show. And of course, we have one on this episode. So I'm going to ask you, tell us, who in the world are you? Where do you live? And tell us something cool about you.
Hey, well, my name's Gabe. I am from the western Massachusetts area, out near Boston, Shelburne Falls area. Beautiful place. And besides loving Dave Matthews, I'm a massive Star Wars fan, massive
Awesome.
Marvel.
Yes.
And we have so many pets. I have to vacuum this house almost every day.
But you love them, don't you? And it's okay. It's worth it.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to tell us what the two pets are. We have to know more about them.
So my wife and I rescue dogs.
Yes.
And we have 2 doggies. One, her name is Karma, and she is a pit lab.
Awesome.
Black and white with one white leg. And then we have Titan, who is a Husky Shepherd Malamute. That was a hard one to say, but he shed way too much.
Oh, man. Does she have
And
is it
then,
she have long hair?
oh yeah, oh
'Cause
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know all the
yeah.
breeds.
He
It's
he
hard to
sheds everywhere. I have to vacuum the house probably every other day because of him, or take him outside and brush him.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I'll let my wife know that we have enough hair. We could grow another dog outside.
Just need the insights, right? I guess. I don't know. Dogs are a lot of work, but they are just so
Yeah.
well, at least for me, and it sounds like for you, they're just, I don't know, they're family to me. I love my dogs, and they are sometimes the biggest pain in my ass, but I still love them through it because they're just little dogs. And
Oh yeah.
so yeah, they're dogs, and we have to be like, oh, they're not humans. They don't have human brains, but love my dogs, spend a lot of time with them. And so I'm going to ask you a question that I ask everybody that comes on the show, and you knew this was
Sure.
coming. So tell me, when was the very first time you remember hearing about Dave Matthews Band?
So I gotta say, I was 6 or 7 years old, and I was getting out of school. My mom and I had to go running errands, and we heard "What Would You Say" in the radio. So we were bopping our heads, enjoying it, like, "Oh, this is good." It was during Leroy's solo in the song.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I like it. I want more. And then, other times we heard like ant marching and satellite. And then my mom, who introduced me to music way before, like to the Beatles, Zeppelin, and all that stuff, got me Crash on cassette tape.
Yes, cassette tape.
And I think I wore that tape out over and over because I fell in love with Two Step.
Yes, solid tune.
It's one of those, it's a drummer song.
It is. I can see that. It has that
It's
beat.
definitely a drummer's song because of how Carter plays it, and just how everything just comes together from the beginning to, like, I never knew that was a violin in the beginning, starting the whole song. So I thought it was just Dave doing something, or, Tim doing something with a guitar, making it sound like a violin.
Right.
You know, I kept listening, fell in love with 41, Drive and Drive Out, another good drumming song to listen to. And just, I totally fell in love with that whole entire band. And I'm like, oh my God, I need more. So we found Under the Table and Dreaming on cassette, played that over and over and over again. And then I'm like, man, I want to see these guys in concert. So I was young. So I wasn't even, my mom didn't want to go to Hartford at the time to see them. And like, when they first started touring after the Horde tour, because I never knew. Years later, when the internet happened and we got to see where all the tours were, I never knew they played in like Pearl Street out here in Northampton, or any of the colleges out here, or anywhere
Right.
out here.
Right.
And so, every time I stepped into a record store, I got to find something with Dave Matthews Band. I got to find something. I found Red Rock. Fell in love with Seek Up when I first heard that first, like, intro. And just listened to that straight through, and just how everything just completely changed my aspect on jam bands.
Yes.
Just time after time, I kept finding them. And then, what was it, 96, 97, when they released Luther College? That was the first time I heard Dave and Tim. And it's actually,
Yeah,
honestly, the
together.
first time I heard
Yeah.
Tim. I fell in love with Stream, of how he played
Have
it.
you
I'm going,
ever heard of him?
that was the first time I heard of Tim, is Luther College. And I'd never heard him before because, I was more into Dave Matthews Band. I thought Tim was just, what that one guest at the time. I thought he was like a special guest person, but I never knew
Mhm.
he was part of the whole beginning process of the band. And, the friendship with Dave and stuff. And then, I found CDs of Tim. I found, what was it, Stream? I have that CD, and then a whole bunch of other CDs. And I'm like, Mom, I want to go see Tim. And there's no way to go see him out here because he was just so popular at the time. And I was like
Yeah.
100 and 200% into drumming. I kept focusing, trying to figure out how to do two-step without a double kick pedal that Carter has. And do you remember back then when eBay used to do the bidding? We bid for a double kick pedal, and then I just kept playing along and also I got a CD player, so I could playing along with the headphones and all that stuff, and just doing everything. And I knew I was doing it wrong. So I just had to keep listening and listening. So with Two Step, eBay at the time, you had to bid for things and wait for stuff. So I begged my mom, buy me a double kick pedal so I can figure out the ending. So I got it. I figured it out. It took a year to figure that out.
Wow.
And like I said, I concentrated on drumming like my 100 and 200% that I could, and it just kept going and going. It was the time when I could drum forever. And then I asked my mom, I need to go to a concert. I need to see Carter in concert. I need to see that massive kit that
Yes.
people tell me about. And it is so it was my first concert was Hartford '99.
That's a great year to go in.
It was until the next 2 nights of the riot.
Gosh, yes. So were you at the shows when all that was happening?
No, I went to the first night. 'Cause I think
Okay,
it happened
okay.
the second and third night there because
Wow.
of the whole Woodstock thing that happened.
Yes. See,
And
it's like a million years ago. It seems like a
I
million
know,
years ago.
right?
I'm like, yes, I'm remembering that now, but I had forgotten.
And it would just, hearing the Dreaming Tree for the first time after listening to it on a CD, I'm going, wow, it's actually really beautiful in concert. And then, hearing True Reflections, I've never heard of that song. I never knew Boyd could sing at the time.
Yeah.
And then, hearing Granny, Don't Drink the Water, and just, it was great. And everyone was super nice. It was just an awesome first experience for a concert.
So
And
when
then
you walked into that concert and you like saw Carter's drum kit there, were you just like eyeballs straight in the whole night, or did you kind of watch other people, or
I
did you lock in?
I I focused on the kit. Then I looked
Yeah.
over and I'm seeing everyone else, and I'm seeing all the instruments Leroy's playing, and Joe, the violin for Dave, and then Stefan switching basses. And I forgot Bush was there. I totally
Oh, that
forgot
was
about that because he's
yes.
way in the corner by Leroy. You can't even see him.
So good though. So good. He was so good.
Kept going from '99 2000. I've been going to Hartford ever since. And
Wow.
then I went to Hartford when they brought Tim back in '08. I got to see Leroy for the last time. And then, I seen Dave and Tim. I went to Mohegan Sun to see the band. And then, I always hear stories of people meeting the band and everything. And I'm like, how do I meet Carter? I just want to thank him for
Right.
everything. And it is just,
What would you tell Carter?
what would I tell Carter? I would tell him thank you for everything and thank you for making me a better drummer.
Do you feel like the music pushed you?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, the only person I met was Tim, and I thank him for having me figure out how to play guitar.
So you play guitar too. Well, tell us the backstory on that. And well, wait a second. Also, how long have you been playing the drum kit? Because we got to know these things.
So I've been playing the drum set since I was 2, and I'm 43 now.
Wow. Two.
Yeah, mom put the pots and
Wow.
pans out and gave me sticks, and all of a sudden I just started doing beats. She's like, "Oh no, we have a drummer."
Yes.
And then I just had drum set until I built the one I have that looked kind of like Carter's, and it don't go anywhere. It just stays right over there.
I'm sure it's a big deal to move that thing.
Yeah, I had to downsize a few times just to do shows when I was in a Dave Matthews tribute band years ago. We were called the DMB Jam Band,
Uh huh.
and we did a run of a year and a half. We had way too much fun.
That's a great thing to have. Wow. Yeah. I love a good tribute band. There's a lot of them out
There
there.
are.
And that's a whole different realm of like fanship. So if you're listening to this and you didn't know, there already are some tribute bands out there and they're doing some great stuff. The only one that I know a lot about, and that's just because I've spent some time with them and kind of traveled with them a little bit, is they're literally called Dave Matthews Tribute Band. So
Yes, I've heard of them. I heard they were out there, and I
DMTB.
always wanted to go see them.
Yes. So they can be found anywhere at the dmtb.com. They literally do this for a profession. They all have different skills and talents, but this is what they do for a living because they're so passionate about it. But what I think is really cool is they're capturing something that the current Dave Matthews Band cannot. And here's what I mean by that: they are only playing tribute to the original sounds. of
Oh yeah,
Dave
definitely.
Matthews Band. So they really don't go really far, maybe early 2000s, but then they back off. Like they really do not try to play current stuff. That's not the aim. You know, we hear people all the time saying, "We miss the fiddle or the violin or whatever," and you know they got it. They got it every single show, and they travel around. So definitely check them out. The show's really good friends with them, and you know, I might be traveling again with them. You never know. So check them out. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you for bringing up tribute bands. It's a big thing, and they're everywhere. They're just everywhere.
Oh yeah. I know they came out to Connecticut. I always want to go.
Yeah, you'll have to. And that, I mean, they're going. I talk with them often, and they've got their, I guess, fall tour that's about to drop. So y'all definitely be checking it out.
Yeah.
So, you know, you've got this big kit now. You've made it as close or as close as you can to Carter's kit. What do you do? Do you just play all day, or like what do you do with it, or does it have you kind of slowed down on playing the drums?
Well, I do a lot of Dave Matthews covers on guitar, and I have way too much fun on it. I actually bought myself a 12 string so I can do Gray Street and all that stuff.
Wow. Wow. How long have you been playing the guitar?
I've been playing the guitar for about 20 years now.
Wow. So that's a very long time, and you just decided, "Hey, I want to do it," and you just started doing it?
Yeah, and another thing no one knows is I am part deaf and I don't read music. So I play by my left ear. My left ear is my good ear, my right ear is my dead ear. So I try to play the best I can and not screw up the song. But if I screw up the song, yeah, sure, whatever. I'm just gonna keep going. And I've always tried to make the song sound as close as I can.
Yes.
But there are times I've been going, oh, hey, I forgot that. Whatever.
Hey, yeah, you're not Dave Matthews, right? You
No,
know, like nobody can do what he's doing, and that's why we keep
I
listening
can't do the whole
to
entire
them.
I can't do
I
the
don't
whole
even
entire
know what his fingers are
like
doing.
I can't do like all that. I can't even do it. It hurt.
Yeah, I watch his fingers, and that sounds really like a very weird statement, but you know, you do too. People that enjoy watching guitar players, and especially Tim Reynolds, that dude's a magician. The way he can like go all the way up, all the way down, whatever you need, he can do it and make it sound like it's never been done before. These dudes are really, really amazing musicians. Let that not be forgotten. And they have been for a long time. And it's so incredible to get to hear each one of them do different things. Like you said, just going to
Oh
see
yeah. Yeah.
Tim and him not playing music from Dave Matthews Band, him playing his own stuff because, you know, he has TR3. He does his own thing. And it's very unique and very different than what he plays in Dave Matthews Band. And so you can really kind of see his wide range of abilities.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing.
So I have a very funny Tim story.
Tell us.
So 99, when Tim stopped touring with Dave in 98, Tim went off and did his own tour. It was called the Puke Matrix Tour.
The Puke Matrix Tour.
Yeah.
I like it.
All Tim did was death metal. He had black nail polish, long black hair, platform boots, because, you know, Tim is so short, and leather pants, and shirtless. And we saw him in a place in a town called Northampton, Massachusetts, at a venue called Pearl Street.
Uh-huh.
Now, you and I would think, if we're going to go see Tim Reynolds, he's going to play an acoustic guitar. No, this was not it. This is Tim doing death metal, putting a gas mask on, playing guitar. It was so weird. And I'm like, wait, this is not the
But
Tim Reynolds I'm
so
used to.
amazing.
I'm like, you're wearing a gas mask and you're playing a song called Put on the Gas Mask. One of my favorite songs of his.
It was like interpretive playing. He's like doing it all.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, he pulled the Steven Tyler of, you know, on the microphone.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm like, this half of the crowd left.
Left? Man, that's very sad.
Well, they're used to him playing acoustic guitar. They're not used to seeing what he just did.
I get it. I just look at it so differently, I guess. I would look at it as an opportunity to see how flexible he is within his, you know, art. But I guess I think very differently than a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen Jeff with the Fletchones so many times, and then I saw
So
him with
good.
his own projects. I met Rashawn out by us when he used to be with Still Alive.
Wow.
And then everything just got together and everyone just kept playing. And, you know, I'm like, this is so cool. I got to see all these people in their other realms of their music, and now they're now with
Yes.
like the best band in the world.
Yes.
And they're just kicking butt.
And taking
And,
names.
you know, everything I love about that band is just everyone gets along. Everyone is just having fun. That's all you got to do in a concert. You got to have fun. And I remember going to SPAC for the first time.
Oh, yeah. It's a great
I
place.
love that place.
It's a
Have
great
you been
place.
there before?
I've only been once. It was in 2023, but it was impressive and unlike any other place I've ever been. Truly.
Eh,
Now, I do have my thoughts and theories on where you should sit, but that does not matter.
I like to see the lawn is a little too steep for me.
The lawn's too much, man, for grown ass adults. Like college kids, yeah, get out there. But I need at that place, you got to be inside what I call the building, or you can't even really see the stage.
My first time there, I was inside. I got seats and I got really good spot, and then I could see all the tour buses on the side. I'm like, that's really cool.
Yeah,
And then when my wife Amy and I went to see Dave and Tim there, we were in the lawn. I'm like, oh
it's so different.
no,
Yeah, I mean, we're all aging, right? I can't just be sitting on a elevated lawn for 2 hours.
yeah,
I love you. Or even not that I would be sitting, but it would be there if I needed it. But standing on elevated grass, that is very, very hard because all of your weight is, to the front of you. And so
oh yeah,
it's a whole workout that I was not prepared for.
right, right. I've been to Mansfield. That was an
Yeah,
interesting venue.
I've
Um,
never been.
it. How can I describe it? There's the inside, there's the stage, and then it comes up to like where the seats are. But there's more
Yeah.
seating when there's no canopy over.
Oh,
Then
yeah.
like right by the seating, the lawn is like that.
Oof.
Like you'd
Oof.
have to like hang onto the railing or else you're gonna fall.
Whoa. Nope. Too
Because
old
I
for
think
that.
Banfield used to be called Great Woods. I think so.
We'll
I
go
don't
with
know.
it. It sounds right. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's
And
what it
and I
was.
don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if it was. But yeah, it was, it rained that night. So we got full in the rain for the opener.
Ooh, always a good time. Love some Led Zeppelin. And I think obviously the band does too. And so I think it's, people want to people I love, what, opinions are opinions, but here's my opinion. I don't mind covers because it kind of lets me dig into what they like because they are not listening to Dave Matthews Band. Nope.
No.
Not doing it. They're not talking about it. That's just the life they're living. That's their job and they love it, but they're not listening to themselves. And so that kind of gives me an opportunity to see, well, what do you like? Because who wouldn't like to ask
Right.
that question? Like Dave, Rashawn, anybody in the band, tell me what you into, man. Because I would probably be totally into it. And that's when that stuff kind of shines through, and you can see a little bit of their actual personality through their music. Not that we aren't, anyways, all of the time, especially with Dave. He just is letting it ooze out all the time, and I love every second of it. But you get in his head a little bit. You're like, okay, he likes Led Zeppelin. Okay.
Yeah. I remember hearing, was it Watchtower, the first cover I heard them do. And then remember the caravans that they did?
Yeah.
Like,
Thousand
I went
Love.
to Governor's Island. That was when Irene was coming.
Wow.
I heard Good Time, Bad Time that night, and I was like, "Oh, you doing Zeppelin? Yes." Then they kicked us off the island because the hurricane was coming.
Wow. It's like foreshadowing. Like, oh, no, it's weird. And now it's in the air and it's actually happening.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
And
crazy how things work out.
I went. Was it last year? I went to Guilford again, and then this
Man,
year I didn't go at all. This year it was just
I get
tickets
it.
are going up,
Yep.
and I just rather
I get
do
it.
the couch tour or people will send me recordings, and I'm happy. I'm like, okay, cool.
Of course. And we get great views. Like you're going to charge me nothing to sit right here on the rail that I didn't have to fight for? Hell yeah. Why do you think you're still following them after all this time? Because, a lot of people will ask you that question, especially people that aren't necessarily into or have ever heard the music of Dave Matthews Band, like, or, you know, maybe heard of them back in college, be like, wow, man, you're still like into that? Why? What would be your response to that?
I will listen to them till the day I I'm gone or something like that because I love their sound. I love everything. I love every song. I love all the musicianship, and there's just all amazing people, and there's no other band out there that has all the respect and musicianship for each other and how they feed off each other. And when one person solos, everyone's looking at them. You don't see that with all the other bands, and
That's right.
I've seen videos of like other bands, and they come right on and they just start going and going. Everyone just comes in casually, and Carter just takes forever to get up on the kid and getting ready, and they're all chatting. I actually have recordings of them all chatting.
No way. I would love to hear that. I mean, I don't know if there's a line between like that's too personal and I don't want to be like sneaking in their personal stuff, but also, yeah, hell yeah. I want to know what they're saying to each other. I want to know all of it.
It's interesting, especially when Leroy told Dave, "Don't say this."
Oh, I wonder what it was. I don't know. Maybe I don't want to know, but you know
Oh,
all the
it's
things they're
funny. It is
saying. I'm sure
hilarious.
they're so funny to each other just because I see them laughing. And also, we know that Dave is just funny, right?
Yeah.
Just a funny dude. And so, why would they not be laughing and joking? Just like because they're all friends, they're basically family. But yeah, I would love to listen in on that. And I hear stories where people have actually somehow been able to do that. And I think, oh my God, I would love it, but I wouldn't necessarily want anyone to know that I was listening because then I don't want them to like change what they say because I'm listening. Like I would be thinking that, like, oh, they're not gonna talk about vaginas because Renee's listening. You know, like I don't know what the scenario would be, but
Yeah. Yeah. So I have a question for you. What's the rank of your Dave Matthews albums?
rank. I think that's like picking children. Like which ones? Put them in order of which one you love the most. I won't. I can't. And I know that no one loves that answer. I know no one loves that answers, but it's kind of like the same thing for posters for me. Like I have my emotional poster. I have my emotional album. I have my album that will get me up and get me going. I have my album, you know, that'll make me think of, you know, just different that. And so they all do very different things for me. And there's no place for discard in any of them. And I think it's just what am I needing that day? Well, there's a Dave Matthews Band album for that. And
Yeah.
sometimes it's those live albums because I never fail to point people in the direction of you should listen to the 2011 recording live at Wrigley Field. It's just the album I gravitate towards as far as like live. And they're all really good. And there's a St. Louis one. I think it was like 8 yeah, OA, I think that's just really so good too. But what caught me on the Wrigley Field one was You Might Die Trying, and specifically the last 3 minutes of it. Specifically, like the horns are exploding, and then Dave starts doing this intensive scatting that is just like, what is happening to my ears and my body? It did that to me, and I will not stop passing it around. And that may be weird, and I'm sure not everyone has that response to that particular show, but usually someone can identify a specific moment in a specific song at a specific place on a specific date,
Right.
which is a lot for the common
Yeah.
listener, but we're not the common listeners, are we?
No.
A podcast about the fans of Dave Matthews Band. I'm not a typical listener. So I'm going to flip the question back on you. Can you rank your albums?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Let us know. There's no right or wrong. It's your opinion. Tell us, what do you got? And you can look them all up just to make sure you count them all in.
I love them all.
Yeah. So no rank?
Well, if I did a ranking, it would actually be like, I know all of us fans have our own opinions of how we rank things or this and that. Like for me, it would be 40 Crowded Street, Crash, Under the Table, Lily White, Big Whiskey, Every Day, Away from the World, and Stand Up, Buster Stuff, What's the new one now called?
The new one that came out in 2018 or in 2023?
That's right, yeah.
Come tomorrow. And then, because that was 18, so that was a really good year. And then, of course, their last album was released 2023, which was Walk Around the Moon. And that's not technically correct. I mean, yes, it's the 2023 is the year that original album came out. But then in 2025, they released Where Are You Going, which was a single from each album. I loved that because they chose it. They chose it. And I love it. And I don't believe that it was randomly chosen. I don't think they were just like, let's throw it in a hopper and get one off. No,
Oh,
like
yeah.
I think it was really talked about. And what I love, the song that they picked from the Everyday album, do you know what it is?
No, what was it?
The
Oh, Space
Space
Between?
Between. Oh,
Yeah.
so it made the cut, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like so proud, like it's my baby. It's just this. It's it for me. That song is. It's been a full podcast before, so there's a lot of words that go behind that. But that song means a lot to me.
Yeah. It's a beautiful song. I fell in love with that song when I heard it, and I fell in love with Angel when I heard it. And I'm
Yeah, which
like,
is not played enough.
they're Dave writes a really amazing song.
He's a poet, and I hope he knows it, because yeah, he doesn't write like sentences that you would just read and be like, yeah, I totally understand everything that's being said. Like when you read his lyrics, you're like, okay, well, we gotta dissect this word and try to figure out. And I love it. It's like a code thing that we're like all trying to understand. We can't really understand what exactly he meant it to be because that was in his brain and the way he
It's that
interpreted his thoughts.
it's that science experiment, and we're trying to figure out what David's putting together and stuff. Then he's throwing everyone
Yeah,
else in. I'm going, all right, so what's this formula and what's that formula, and then what do you do with
right.
that?
And I'll never know. And that's cool because I always and will forever say, if I ever have, this is like those random dreams, those random scenarios you think about that like are never going to happen, but also if it did, I'm prepared. If I were to sit down with Dave Matthews, I would not talk about Dave Matthews Band. I don't want to talk about it. He don't want to talk about it. Not really, probably not. And so it's part of who he is, but like I don't want to ask all these questions like, what exactly did you mean when you said this? Cuz I don't know, maybe he don't even remember. I've heard him on talk shows say I don't know, we just kind of put it together or whatever. So yeah, Dave, if I ever talk to you, I'm prepared to just like you get your friends, I'll get mine, and we'll just chill, dude. Probably around a campfire. That's the scenario I have in my head, and we're just gonna tell like ghost stories and chill.
Oh yeah,
Just
definitely.
chill. I don't want to talk about anything specific.
I know, right?
So tell me, do you like the artwork that comes with this band? One of the big things that people talk about when it comes to going to shows, and even they didn't go to the show, but they liked the poster that came out during that show. That's a solid game within this community. If you don't know, every concert has its own artwork, its own poster specifically for that location. But then also, sometimes they'll throw in, if it's a weekend, they'll have a daily poster for that day. They'll have a weekend poster, and then also the tour poster for the year. And does the tour poster say the same all year long? No, there's a total poster game there. And some of the art is really, really cool. There's a lot of variety. So you could find like what speaks to you. Is this something that you guys are into or not really? And there's no wrong answer.
I have way too many posters that I still haven't put up yet.
It's hard to find the wall space.
And because since I'm redoing the room in the house, I gotta reframe everything.
Yep.
I have way too many posters. Most of them are shows I went to or shows that I'll do. I know we have poster buddies, so I'll like message them be like, I'll Venmo you money for that poster.
Yeah. Yes.
Like,
Yes. Why not?
I realize Carter and Tim are the two oldest ones there,
Mhm.
and they're both still going at it. I'm going, I hope Carter doesn't hurt himself someday,
I know.
or you know, Tim with everything going on with him. I just hope he doesn't hurt himself, or Dave jumping and falling, and I hope he doesn't hurt himself. So like, you guys just There come to a limit for each band or any artist out there. There's a limit that we probably should keep going, or should we just, take breaks or rest? And
Yeah. And I'm sure that they're not making rash decisions. They have obviously a solid team that work with them to make sure that they are taken care of physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever it is that they need to maintain this lifestyle, because it is not easy. And also they're
no.
getting older while they do it. So I'm just so sure they have a really solid team around them, that their job is to make sure that they stay at the top of their game physically.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. And I know family comes with them. I know they
Yes.
bring their
You'd
families.
have to. You'd have to, because these guys never stop.
No.
Yeah. The family has to come.
I always enjoy seeing those pictures of all the family. Like Jeff will post on his social media that his wife was with him and he's with his mom. I'm going, that's the coolest thing ever. Or
It
Rashad will have his
is.
mom with him, or Buddy will be with the kids and stuff, and they're just all having fun. And I'm like, it's not just playing music. You're also having fun with your family. You're all just
Yeah. Yeah.
doing it.
And that they're doing that is really awesome too. They're still making that time for those kids, still making that time for that wife, like, because all of that is time is probably not a real easy thing to find in their
Yeah.
schedule, but it looks like when they do that, they just make it a priority every day, or as often as they're with them. And so, they got a lot going on, but they are handling it with such grace and such class. And yeah, it's something that a lot of people are holding on to very dear. And so we don't like to talk about those times when what if. I mean, it is going to happen. So let's just
It is, but we
enjoy
just don't
what
want to
we
think that yet.
have. No, we don't want to think about it, but we are cherish every moment. And like
Exactly.
they say, as often as they play it, life is sweet, but it's short for certain. So, I mean, everybody's got their number, right? And so it's all going to happen. So we just got to think and stay and just enjoy the moment. Enjoy every day. Be thankful every day, because it's all we got, man, is right now.
Yeah. You know, every time I go to work, I have their music playing, or if I'm at work, I have their music playing, and I'm like, just get me through my day. I'm happy.
Yes.
I watch videos of them and be like, oh, let me watch this like little thing of Tim's gear or Carter's gear, or all of Dave's guitars and all that stuff. And I'm watching all this stuff and going, they got a lot of stuff, and it is
Yeah.
cool.
Yes. And it's taken them a long time to collect that.
Like I'm just, when I first heard that Dave had this many guitars and they're in like this different kind of tunings, I'm going, you can have guitars in that tuning? Okay, sure.
I mean, yeah. At this level, you can, and you do.
Yeah. And then I fell in love with the little red guitar that he brought out one year, and I'm going,
Hmm.
I love that thing. What is it? And I follow Carter's kit, and I noticed that he changed his kits also. So, drum sizes got smaller, cymbals got replaced, cowbells got replaced, and I'm going, you have more cymbals than cowbells. What happened here?
Changing it up.
Yeah.
Just see, it's doing it, doing what makes them happy, making different sounds and seeing how they can do it in different ways. And we love it. We love it. We love that's exactly what you said. And so many people have said is it's never the same. And that's because they just keep tinkering with it. And what can we
Yeah.
do? What can we do?
And I know I heard an interview of Dave saying that I think it's Dave or one of the band members saying that they don't repeat the same thing over and over. They do different jams each night.
Uh-huh.
Everything's just completely different. Because if you repeat the same solo or the same jam, it just gets boring sometimes. You want to change things up. It's like two steps always different. The
Yep.
solos are always different, and the intros are always different, or seek up is always different. They do weird things with that. And then
I love
41
every second.
41's one of my other top favorites that I love listening to.
Yes.
It's a great song. It's a great jam song. You can go on, you can jam to that song for hours
Yes,
if
you
you
can.
really, really wanted to. Just get a whole bunch of musicians and just jam with it. I mean, every song you could jam to. I mean, you can do your own
Absolutely.
version of it. Like, I had someone message me one day, said, "Hey, can you do a cover of So Right?" I'm like, I'm working on it, and I'm just
Wow.
trying to figure it out. And I mean, I'm actually trying to figure it out on the 12 string, because it actually sounds nicer on a 12 string than a 6 string.
Wow, you just try to figure it out and somehow you do. That's a gift, you know that, right?
I have fun. I have fun.
Yes.
Like, I there are days I just wanna be, "Can I just not work and just do music all day and just write, record, and just have fun?"
Yeah.
But, nowadays you can't do that. You can't quit your job, or that you really gotta be at your job and make money and make a living and, do that stuff for fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to have those jobs to have all the things that we need food, water, shelter, right?
Yeah,
Basic necessities. We have to pay for those. And so, yeah,
have
we
money to
all
go
got to
see Dave
work. We
Matthews.
all got to work. And I know that those dudes go to work every day and they're just so thankful for what they do.
Yeah.
Well, Gabe, I can't thank you enough for being willing to be on the show.
Hey, I'm honored to be here.
Thank you. It takes everyone coming forward and sharing their story in order for this to work. I say almost every episode, if nobody ever comes forward, then the show dies, which doesn't hurt me. I think it hurts everyone because we want to make sure that we document this time so that there's a story when all this is over. But also, I think it can be kind of looked at as a love letter, if the band was to ever, stumble across
Yeah.
it, it could be looked at a different way, in a lot of different ways. And just so thankful. If you're interested in being on the show, you can reach out to me on social media. Of course, we're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And then I have a new email that's very easy to remember. It's Renee, which is spelled Renae, in case you didn't know, at the space between podcast DMB.com. That's going to be so easy to remember. I feel like
Oh,
if
God,
you
yeah.
know my name and you know the name of the show, and then you just add DMB on the end, boom, you go straight to my inbox. And so if you're interested, that's a great way to reach out. Gabe, again, thank you so much. Guys, we're coming out with episodes pretty rapid fire right now because we're getting to the end of the tour. And we know that there's not going to be a fall tour. So I want there to just be as many stories out as we can, because later on we're going to need some things to listen to, because it doesn't sound like we're going to get, Dave Matthews Band this fall, which is okay. These boys deserve a rest. And I am thankful that they are taking it, even though we know that they're going off and doing different side projects and all of that. Mentally, physically, everything. People just need breaks sometimes. And this is like a little vacation for them. And super thankful for them to get to spend this quality time with their friends and family. So, guys, wait for the next one. See who's going to be on. You never know. You never know. It might be somebody that you know. You never know who's going to be on the show. And I hope that the next one is you. So definitely reach out to me. But in the meantime, peace, love, and Dave Matthews Band.
Yeah.